For those that don't know, Bardo's responsible for one of the most iconic celebrations in Premier League history, of course, with Wayne Rooney with the boxing knockout, because he is the guy that actually knocked him out. That must annoy you. You've done all this stuff in your career, all these clubs, and everyone's like, you knocked out Wayne Rooney.
That's what I get a lot. Forget that I played the game for 20 years.
You knocked him out.
You chin the United and England captain.
Is there a Misfits boxing career for you around the corner?
I had a few calls a few months back. Bentley rang me in Goldstein on the drive, and they put it on me. And I actually had a few calls that week about doing the Misfits.
Yeah. It's massive, the Misfits.
I'd never say no to it. I think it'd be good because it'd give you a reason to train. I don't need a reason, but obviously something to get really fit for instead of just ticking over in the morning.
Who do you want to fight? We can put the call out.
I don't know. I know.
Di Canio?
I'd love to fight him.
Would you?
Oh, I hate that fella.
For those that don't know, of course, he was at Sunderland. He was the manager at the time. Yeah. There was a bit of a fallout.
Yeah. No, it wasn't a little. It was big.
What? Fill us in.
Again. Oh, it was, to be fair, I was in the right, but was in the wrong. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. We had a bit of a night out. I think Arsenal playing Wigan.
It's always a night out. It always starts with that.
Of course it does, a night out. Alcohol's involved. It's always an issue. Arsenal played Wigan. If Arsenal won, Wigan went down. We stay up. So we all go to the pub, watch the game, and obviously we have a good night, as you do, Madge, you know.
Yeah, of course.
And then I ended up a bit worse for wear in a casino with lobsters round me, £50 notes. I've won a few quid, like an idiot. One of the most embarrassing things of my life, hands down.
Yeah.
The day after we went into training, obviously we're all smelling of probably booze and excited because we've stayed up, and you know it's huge for the club, huge for the staff, and obviously you know how important it is financially for people to keep the jobs, and you know redundancies and stuff like that. So we had a good night, and obviously we knew how important it was for everyone around the club, and obviously the picture got posted around, and obviously he got wind of the picture, and he dragged me and Matt Kilgallen to the side and just told us we're with a fitness coach, and that was it really. Didn't really have much contact after that, and I was banished from the training ground. I had to train on my own at certain hours, which was...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was difficult because I had so many friends at the club. Obviously I was there 7 years, and people that obviously meant a lot to me. I meant a lot to them. I did a lot for them off the pitch. So for them not to be able to see me every day was difficult. And
yeah, of course.
It was just, you know, it was a really tough time in my career, and really tough time probably for them to see me the way I was. And the thing that probably kept me there was I was with Kevin Ball, who was absolutely brilliant. He was the under-21 manager, and obviously we managed to stay up that season. We had a strong finish of the season under Di Canio, and then they had a bit of a tricky start, and I played with 21s with Kevin Ball, and I broke my foot. So obviously I was under contract, so I had to stay at the club anyway for the rehab, and even though he was desperate to get me out. So obviously I got fined a couple of weeks' wages for the misdemeanor of the previous season. And then obviously while I was doing the rehab for my broken foot, they obviously didn't get the results that were required to obviously keep him in a job, and he got sacked, and the wonderful Mr. Gus Poyet come in and
former Spurs man,
saved my life.
So you want to fight Di Canio and give Gus a big hug?
I love Gus. Yeah.
Well, we'll talk more about that because there's so much from your career we want to hear about during the show. And if you've got a message or a question for Phil, then you can give us a text on 81089. Just like Robert in Glasgow said, question, Phil. Several times you were linked to a move to Glasgow Rangers. Did you ever come close to a transfer?
Not a transfer. Obviously, loan.
Yeah.
Obviously, fell out of another manager while I was there, to be fair. I only fell out with two, and they were both from overseas. So, but I loved it up there. I was only 18. It was wonderful.
The Sports Bar with Jamie O'Hara and Jason Cundy. Monday to Thursday nights from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.